Hi everyone, welcome to week 6. It is Tuesday, February 23rd in the morning, and I hope everyone is doing well. I just wanted to pop in and say a few things about where I am in terms of grading and what you submitted yesterday and what you're doing this week. So I am starting to work through the final drafts of Essay 1. Those were due last week. I'm putting feedback, I'm putting comments, I'm using the rubric, of course. So I'll have all of them finished by the end of this week. If you have questions about your grade, let me know. If you earned a C or less, you may revise. If you choose to revise, you will be submitting a cover letter that explains to me what changes you made, and why. What improvements did you make, or in what ways did you strengthen the paper when you revised it, and why. You're not required to revise, but again, if you score less than a B, so folks who get an A or a B, I would recommend concentrating on the work ahead. If you get a C or lower and you want to revise, you may do so. So again, I hope to have all of those finished by the end of the week. This week, we're really launching kind of our study of MLA. So you're reading chapter 9. Maybe you skimmed it last week because the prompt for Essay 2 does touch on both, on 2 chapters, right? Rice Patties and math tests, as well as Marita's bargain. But you're thoroughly reading, you're taking notes using that Cornell method, hopefully. And the rough draft for peer review was due last night. Okay, so hopefully everybody submitted that. And you have until this Sunday to peer review just one person's paper. And someone will be getting your paper, and they will be peer reviewing it as well. And as I said just a moment ago, that I am, grading and giving feedback, so that process is happening. Oh, it actually says you're lower than an A. I'm going to say lower than a B. If you got a B, that's above average. I mean, a C is average. I know students don't like C's. I get it. I didn't like getting C's when I was in school. I liked getting A's. It feels good. But in all seriousness, a C means satisfactory. You met the requirements of the assignment or the requirements of the class in a satisfactory manner. Your work was average. It was not below average. It was not lacking. It was not unsatisfactory. That's what a D would be, right? It would need work. An F is failing, okay? B's and A's are above average. So I really think, if you got a B, or, certainly if you got an A, you're not revising. And if you got a B, I think focus your energy and time on what's coming up, rather than revising a B paper. No quiz, no discussion board, because I really want everybody to be focusing on this peer review. Now, in terms of MLA, we've got some videos and links here, right? The biggest thing to know about MLA is it's a lot of rules. No one expects you to memorize these rules, right? There's an MLA handbook that you can buy, either an ebook or a hard copy. And as you can see, there are tons of free resources on the web. There are videos, there are websites, handouts, what have you. So it's rules. The MLA is the Modern Language Association, and they have a lot of rules. Excuse me, in terms of where, what does the header look like on a paper? What kind of font do you use? What kind of spacing? How big are the margins? Things like that. That's all formatting stuff, okay? So for Essay 2 and moving forward, you want to get in the habit of definitely formatting your papers using MLA. The more important piece of MLA is this in-text citation, right? We know the word citation, right? A citation, or to cite, is the verb, right? When you cite a source, you're including them in your work. You're incorporating them into your work. You're summarizing, paraphrasing, or quoting them, right? So we're really relying on Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers. He's written many books, but we're reading Outliers, and that's the primary text that we're using in this class. Your papers have to incorporate or cite Gladwell. You have to cite Gladwell, right? So when we talk about an in-text citation, that means in the body of your paper, right? So in your paragraphs, in your introduction, in your body paragraphs, in your conclusion, you are citing a source. And in this case, it's Malcolm Gladwell, okay? So important video. If you're not familiar with MLA in-text citations, please do watch it. There are other resources, like I said, available on the web. So if this one's confusing to you, let me know. I can find something else that can maybe be easier, to understand. Okay. We do have a handout here. You're welcome to print this. It's a 2-pager. It shows you how to cite or how to draft a works cited page. Because what happens is, you're reading, say you're reading a paper, okay, and the person says, according to Malcolm Gladwell, there are many factors that play into success, okay, and then at the end of that, let's pretend it was a quote, and at the end of the quote, in parentheses, you see the number 25, right? Well, the source's name was Malcolm Gladwell, and you know that that quote came from page 25, but you don't know page 25 of what, right? Page 25 of a magazine, page 25 of a book, what's page 25 mean, right? You know that the 25 refers to a page number because that's what the parenthetical citation number is inside those parentheses, but you don't know what book it was from or what other, print source it was from. So what do? You go to the end of the paper and you find the works cited list, okay, the works cited page. And what that is the author of the paper, okay, and in this case, you all are the authors of your papers, right? You compile a list in alphabetical order of all of the sources in the paper. Now, in Essay 2, you only have one source. It's Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers, okay? When you get to future classes, English 102 next semester, okay, you're going to be writing papers with 10, 12, 15, 20 sources, okay? Imagine that. You will, and you all can do it. I know you can. So when you have one source, it's easy, but when you have a list of many sources, you arrange them in alphabetical order for your reader, and then what the reader can do is they can go through the list, find Gladwell, right? Gladwell, comma, Malcolm, okay? And this is, where we're seeing some examples. The name of his book, the year it was published, the publisher, the city it was published, and the publisher and the year, all right? This particular one is not a book, a print book. You can see it's coming from a website, okay? Here's the web address and the date that the writer accessed it, the date they went to the web, okay? So that's the works cited page. Again, for this essay, the works cited page is very simple. It's one source, it's Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, okay? But you'll know moving forward that works cited pages can become very complicated, and very lengthy, and you can have lots of different kinds of sources as well. All right, so again, and we're seeing you've already started this. I just moved to this week's module, Essay 2. The prompt again: do these cultural traditions, beliefs, etc., play a role in our success? If yes, how? And if you don't think our culture, our cultural beliefs or traditions or legacies affect success, why not? Why is it that one's culture doesn't impact their success, right? Make an argument. You can argue that and then just support that argument with evidence, okay? Again, you're of course starting with Gladwell, right? What does he say? That's they say part of the book. They say, I say. What do they say? In this case, it's Gladwell. So what does he say? And then what do you say? What's your take? Okay. We were looking for, or I am looking for, 3 full pages, so roughly 850 words. Again, you're following MLA guidelines. So what you submitted last night was a full rough draft. So hopefully it was the whole 850 words. If it was not, that's okay. You'll get the feedback from a classmate on whatever you submitted. Okay. The intro paragraph, I already graded those and gave feedback, so everybody can take a look at that. And then you can see that the final draft of the paper is due March 7th. So last night you uploaded, or maybe you did it before last night, but the deadline was last night to upload hopefully a full draft of Essay 2. Okay, so what Canvas then did was it partnered people up, right? It matched you, your paper was assigned to someone and you were assigned someone's paper, okay? And you're welcome to check out any of these links. It's all the same information. It's just in different formats because, again, some things might be harder to understand than others. So it shows how you can access the paper, sorry, you've been given one paper to read, one classmate's paper, how to access it. So what you're going to do then is when you have some time, right, there are 7 questions here, okay? So I would recommend, copying, highlight it, copy and paste it into a Word document, and then answer these 7 questions. And you don't have to spend paragraphs answering them. Some of them can be rather short and some of them can be a little bit longer, but You just want to spend, you just want to give, it's not length so much that matters, it's the quality, I think, of the responses that you're giving to your classmate, okay? Because you want to help them, your feedback is going to help them revise their paper and make it stronger, okay? So as you can see, these questions deal with, you know, asking how did they use, does each body paragraph use Gladwell and quote, you know, Gladwell. Though I'm actually seeing a typo here, not the Matthew effect. We're not using, we're not referring to that. You don't have to quote that chapter, so I will make that change. I apologize, but I'm too far into this video to stop and start over again. So essentially, you know, like I said, 7 questions. I will make the correction here because it's not the Matthew effect that you have to include in essay 2. I will update that, but you're going to copy, paste, answer them, save it as a Word file, and then upload it in the comment area. So when you go back into the assignment, okay, so yeah, you'll upload it. I'm not sure if it was going to let me see. And again, you can always click on the end user license. That's for turnitin.com. You're essentially saying that the work is your own. You did not plagiarize. It's yours, and all of your, that's all it really does. Turnitin does not keep any student data in terms of like identifier, name, J number, nothing like that. They don't even really, I mean, it's just the paper itself. No identifying, you know, information is stored. So you can click on that. And I was hoping it was going to let us see, you know, where you would then submit. It's like when I leave comments for you and you leave comments for me on the assignments, on that sidebar, that little box, that's where you can then, there's a little icon of a paperclip, and that's where you can upload your Word file, okay, that when you save it. And if you don't have Word, you can use Google Docs and then just download that Google Doc as a Word file. And if anyone's not sure how to do that with Google, with Google Docs, let me know and I can show you how to do that. Okay, yes, I'm not really submitting anything. And then the community form is still here. It looks like there's one maybe I haven't looked at yet. But as always with the community form, I check it every couple days or something. So if something's time sensitive, do email me. The last thing I want to say is that tomorrow I do not have office hours. I have a conference. I will be in a conference most of the day, but I do have hours on Friday. So if you have questions, let me know. We can try to schedule something if you want to meet. I do have a few appointments on Friday already booked, but I can, like I said, I can, you know, work with your schedule and we'll figure out a time that is convenient for both of us, you know, to meet. So this was a long video, 13 minutes. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great week, and I will see you next week. I'll be back with another video, but if you have questions, email me, and I'll see some of you in my office hours on Friday. Okay, take care.